Nice.
Oh, so you're recording now.
I just figured I'd test it out, see what happens.
Okay, cool. We might get a video online.
We'll see. I still haven't looked at any like video editing stuff at all. So if you want the raw video, yeah, I can give you that. That's easy. But
See, just give the raw video to Mike, and then he can't really complain. It's up to him
True.
to edit it.
And a 12-hour upload timer.
I think the better of a DM he is, let's just add it out, right?
I was-
Pressure's on you there, bud.
Yep. I was actually checking my upload speed here, and it's crazy. It's like 30 megabytes per second. So I didn't have any problems streaming at all. I've never really tried it before, other than like to connect to work and stuff. But it was just perfectly fine. Just Twitch opened straight up, and I was like, oh, that's me, like on a 5-second delay. It's crazy.
Are you streaming live to Twitch right now?
No, I'm not. This one's just a test. Plus, I haven't read any of Twitch's rules, so I don't know if I'm allowed to drink or do whatever the hell else. So we're just gonna record.
I was talking about. I think you just said like an adult setting or something like that, where
Yeah.
it warns them to be over a certain age. Oh, because we curse a bit, and
Yeah,
that's part of it too.
yeah, and I'm not sure if I'm willing to stop drinking for this. So
It's grape juice.
It
It's
is.
not wine or anything.
no.
Alrighty.
We can go ahead and get started. Is
Okay.
Mikey here?
Nope.
Yeah. Let's give Mikey just a minute.
Okay, no problem. I ran the house and I didn't really give the pomegranate any actual time, and she's so upset. And she followed me all in here, and she's just standing on me, waiting for me to actually give her a moment.
Your cat's name is Pomegranate.
No, this particular cat is a small dog called a pomegranate.
Oh, okay.
I
Oh,
call it a pomegranate because I think it's funny.
Oh god. I saw you had a cat like 2 weeks ago, but
Yeah, I have a gray tabby mix.
yeah.
Likes to chill with me when I play games.
Disconnect stuff.
Can I go get a? I'm gonna get a drink quick while we're waiting on Mike.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, back to.
I'm so triggered. He said Mike instead of Mikey.
Oh, he took your name, bastard. Been dealing with that my whole life. It's just easier to not go by Chris because there's too many of us.
How do the avatars look right now?
Well, Grandma Hells is pointing up at the ceiling, but they look pretty good. Oh, Gradax is behind my turn. Oh, that's my thing. Let me move that. There we go.
Nobody cares. Just cover Granok up.
Let's just hide you. We don't want to have to be associated with us. Or...
You're just some peasant
The crit,
born to carry your stuff.
yeah, the crit cards are behind Tamian's and Grandma Hells, but
That's okay. You don't actually have to worry about those.
yeah.
I was not aware that there was the BT bomber was called the BT Spirit.
All right, I'm back.
The bomber plane? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Type in Spirit.
Spirit.
Pop it with B2 Spirit. What?
What about the B2?
Apparently, its code name is Spirit,
Yeah, that's a stealth bomber.
right? I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah, no, that's totally a thing.
Raising the spirits of whoever we're bombing the crap out of.
Sure. Yes, we're raising their spirits to maybe a better place, possibly.
Maybe.
Maybe it kind of depends who you're bombing.
Ye-
So is there a nation that lives on the iceberg on the top left?
The water nation.
The water nation.
The water nation. Are they the ones who attack in this lore?
You know,
No, that's a Fire Nation.
In this lore, I said.
the Fire
Well, the
Nation.
Fire
is
Nation
really-
is
Are they all cringy? Are they all drow?
No, they're all Azers. And fire dwarfs from the elemental plane of fire. They're made of molten brass.
Nice.
Cool.
They are also one of the most fun races to play as.
What, a magma dwarf?
Yeah, they don't get a whole lot, but you would be. In 3.5, they got a lot better abilities than they did in Pathfinder. They were like CR7 base in 3.5, and they were like CR2 in Pathfinder.
I guess it makes it more easy to play them as characters, I guess. Because
Yeah.
CR7, I mean, you'd have to be. Well, CR7 pretty much means like a level 8. So you'd have to be pretty high level, or you'd be taking no class levels.
Well, the level adjustment was +3.
That's
And-
it for CR7?
Well, you didn't get all the. You didn't get the BAB.
Okay, whoa,
Monsters,
whoa.
humanoid. But the race itself was CR7, where it was a level adjustment +3. And some DMs in 3.5, which is wave level adjustment, they'd be like, "Yay, you'll be fine." So I got into one of those games, and I kept one of their abilities was anything that has to deal with mud is actually lava. So like one of the 3rd or 4th level spells is like transmute rock to mud. So I can just make lava pits.
Oh
and
my
it was
god.
great.
Like, you just infinitely turn mud into lava?
Not infinitely, but pretty much.
Holy shit. You could revolutionize energy production.
Right?
Actually, that's how Jake's campaign's going right now. That's hilarious. So, his campaign, they have one person playing a meta creativity scion, so they can basically just make objects out of thin air, and the other person's playing basically a scientist. So, usually when you prototype something, you like make the parts, it's a really long process, and you put it together and it fails. You go, okay, I take it apart and you put it together. So instead, he just has the guy has him make all the parts for him in like a minute. They then assemble the whole thing and they can try it. If it fails, he can just dispel the whole thing and they can try again. There are some shenanigans that are going to be had in that campaign very short.
It does sound like it. And how's the orbital lasers going?
Oh, the rods from gods. In his campaign, they were all joking, and one of the new characters who just joined is basically like a plate mail wearing like fighter, right? And he's joking, saying, "I could jump over the side of the ship and I could just become a rod from God and just take on an army." Because we're talking about like flying up at like 6,000 feet and stuff like that. And the DM jokes and goes, "Yeah, well, if you're a paladin, you could just smite them." But then we had a very long conversation about, well, wait a second, does that mean you're saying paladins can smite armies in your game? And then we had this whole long conversation about on the map, each army has a token. Well, look, they have tokens. I'll just smite the army's token. Does that count as smiting all? Like, no, they have to have hit points. Like, well, they do have, and they actually had hit point bars. Like, they have hit points. You can see right there. Had this whole long fucking thing about can a paladin actually smite an entire army. It was good. Good time.
Sounds like it.
My players last night defeated the big boss of the act. So that was good. And they ended up not saving Rose, so she ended up having to be killed in the end in order for them to win. Didn't have to go that way, but unfortunately that's kind of the way they kind of pushed it. And then cards saved like five or six player deaths. So many cards stopped player deaths the other night. And then a run revive on Giovanni at the very end. Yeah.
druggy.
What?
I can hear you.
We could totally hear you.
Druggy.
Taking a hit.
Oh.
Druggy.
I had a feeling on the way. I'm driving home. I'm speeding. I'm going crazy fast. I'm thinking, like, session's probably not even going to start right at 4 anyway. It'll
Right.
probably be low. I'm like, but I don't want to take that risk. And here I am, of course.
Can you?
Yeah,
What
we
was
can
that?
see you.
But you can't eat there.
I can see you. Ah, there's my boy.
So tired.
Fa, is that you?
All right, Mikey's on his way up.
I had to do a double at work.
Oh, that sucks.
I was at work since 8 this morning.
That is the feels bad, man.
And like most things, no break, nothing.
Well, that's un-American. Okay, so you guys can't hear me in game anymore, right?
No. Try hitting up again. You druggy.
So one trick you guys can do too is if you go to your cog, the top right, and you go all the way to the bottom, you can actually say, I want to receive from others. You can set that to video only as well, which will then make it so that if people do talk in the game, you won't even hear it.
Well, I have mine set to video and video.
Mine as well, yeah.
I find it works half the time. The other time it doesn't. Like, I'll have it set to nothing, and I'll just hear hot mics from people. I'm like,
Weird. Also, does anyone see that Okay, that just changed everything. I saw Manassas's your token was your avatar was actually on the DM there for a moment.
Yeah.
It fixed itself, so
Okay, so go ahead and start the recap.
I don't think you can support video and voice.
oh my god, is everybody am I breaking up too? Is everyone breaking up?
It's just him.
Okay. Check, I heard him break up, then I heard you break up. Oh shit, is it dying? Okay.
Oh, was I breaking up?
At least you're good now.
Wow.
So, no shit, there I was. So we're in the mountains and we're traveling. Hey, we're also almost out of the mountains, and we come to we travel for a few days, like 3-4 days, and we kind of the mountainous terrain kind of turns into like more like cliffs, and you kind of start to see forests and stuff, and we come to like a serious amount of fork, and you get the idea that hey Grandma, how about you fly up there and take a look and see what's going on. So I fly up, and I get a tiny bit of information, and we come back down. I'm like, okay, well we'll take the right path. And so we go down, we find there's a scaffold that leads down this cliff face that kind of leads you basically, essentially out of the mountain. And so, some people flew down, some people levitated down. Graddock thought took it his own right to just jump down the scaffolding, and some people walked. It was a great time. So we all get to the bottom, and everything's fine. And we're kind of taking a breather. And Cerilius is like, I've got all these skulls. I don't know what to do with them. And so he's like, I'm going to start listening to these random skulls. He listens. And eventually he gets, he then gets the Lich, who we met earlier. And he's like, hey, what's up? Oh, shit. Hey, you like always listening to us? And then he's like, all of a sudden he's just right here next to us like, oh, Jesus. So then he says, so how goes the egg thing? Yeah, totally not doing that right now. Okay. I could totally kill you at any moment. Yeah, got it. And so he decides to be as creepy as fuck, but without actually hurting us. And he continues to go on and tell us that I basically Grandma Hill asks us, what do you even get out of this? And he then goes on to tell us that, hey, that first quest that nobody wanted to do? So if you do this quest, it'll give you some items that will allow you to do the first quest that you didn't want to do. Oh, wow, that's great. Hey, I gotta go, man. This time is short. We got places for stuff we got. And then he just right on fucks off. So we're all standing there and we're like, well, shit. And Cerilius then goes, well, there's only one answer here. And he walks over off to the side. He takes all the skulls out and he begins to make a pyramid out of them, like a little shrine to the one with the fucking crow on it. While the rest of us just sort of watch him for a few minutes and debate whether or not we think he might be totally losing it. You know, we give him a minute. We didn't have a conversation about maybe Cerilius, maybe you should give the skull to someone else to carry. Which then we realize that no one else here really wants to carry the 15 skulls. So I guess it's Cerilius still then. Cerilius still carries the skulls, which we're kind of wondering are driving him insane a bit. There's a really good chance that the Lich is listening to everything we say all the time. You know, Liches don't sleep and shit. So continue on. We continue to follow the cliff, and as we're walking along, we eventually come to a spot where we can kind of see castle walls and like a town sort of area with large walls inside. I'm like, oh, cool, civilization. And we get to the front, and a couple of spots, some elves that are up on the top. It's just for a moment, and we're like, oh, look, oh, there's people. Oh, they're gone. Oh, shit. Then we kind of stand around, talk for a moment, and then all of a sudden they decide to shoot the black elf. Oh, they call those drow here. They decide to shoot the drow elf. The white elf shoots the black elf, and start a hate crime against her. Which then they start to kill all of us, or try to. So we hide up against the cliff. We're trying to figure out what we're gonna do, and we realize, well, we could run across 200 feet and get filled full of arrows, or we could just retreat across the cliff. So after debating for about 5 minutes of which way is the better option, we decided to go back the cliff way we came. And finally, they tried to pour a bunch of nasty sewage and remains of animals and all kinds of nasty disease shit on the spot we were just at. So they're real nice people. It's good to see that no matter what color the elves are here, they all will treat you like assholes. So continue on. We backtrack our way back, and we go to a direction that we heard earlier. We heard a gunshot. So we go, we'll just kind of go that direction. We got to find this princess out here in these swamp areas anyway, so fuck it. We'll just go out here and we'll start looking around. So we go out there, and a D100 is requested, and it's a natural fucking 100. So literally, we walk into the fucking...
You're missing something.
Oh, I am missing one thing. I'm looking at my notes real quick. Sorry, we had to get food real quick, because somebody decided to ask, hey, are we hungry? Oh, you're fucking starving. Fantastic. So we go to have a hunt, and Braddock spots a few different things, and we decide that he's going to go ahead and shoot the horse. So he shoots the horse a few times, downs it, and we go move towards it, and we hear somebody calling for help, which we all have this weird compulsion to go investigate. So we go investigate and find that it is this really crazy lion creature that totally tries to kill all of us. And we totally murder hobo the fuck out of it. But in so doing, we also light all this tall grass on fire. With some magic and goodness from Cruselda, manages to basically put out and save the day. We then cook the horse, turn to jerky, which will last us for a couple weeks, and then head back out. And that's when we go into the forest, the swampy sort of area, and immediately we bump into this female dwarf who has a beautiful beard, comes running away from all these somewhat captives or guard-like people who are holding her captive. And we show up, do what any basic adventure does in this situation. We don't ask any questions. We don't ask who is the actual person in charge. We don't know if this is a person getting away from doing horrible crime. We just show up and we murder fuck everyone. And then we just talk to her and be like, you're totally a princess, right? Please be the princess. Oh, yeah, I'm the princess. Yeah, take me with you. Awesome. So we kill everyone. And then if we hear more reinforcements coming, we basically, with a really clever web spell, we close the entrance temporarily and we take her off. We take her down a ways. We have one guy with us, and we go maybe walk an hour or so to the river. And we have this one captive guy with us, so we decide the best thing to do is we're going to tie him to the tree. And so we tie him to the tree, and we question him for a moment. And he's like, oh, yeah, dude, there's some money back there and people. There's not really much stuff, but you can totally go back there and do it. It's easy picking. Nah, that's way too easy. We're just going to leave. And so we take the princess, and we leave. We travel for, we travel for the rest of the night, at least a few more hours, and we stop. Then we travel during the next day. We get to a point in the river where we're going to cross. And then all of a sudden hits Grandma Hale, and she goes, wait a second. Did we leave that guy tied to the tree? And we realized we left that guy tied to the tree. It's fine. They probably found him. Probably. So we continue on as the good people we are. And she tells us a few different things. The guy tells us a few different things. Basically, he kind of tells us that, oh, hey, you can also take that prince. You can totally be evil right now. You guys want to be evil? You guys all feel like being evil? You guys can be evil right now. There's some assassin guys that totally buy her off you. Tempting. Yeah, they're assassins, so they're probably just going to kill us because that's way easier than actually pay. I decided to say, fuck that. And they have a hidden sort of area that is in the Geyer town. And so he says, hey, they take political jobs and, they do all kinds of crazy shit up in the higher ups and stuff, and they'd really appreciate that. And he also talks about how they tried to sell the princess to a few different nations. The dwarves told him that, you fucking kill the fuck out of you. That was pretty straightforward, as you can imagine. The drow seemed to be pretty interested, though, which is something that he managed to really point out. So we traveled our way along for a few days, and we ended up getting to the first dwarven town. And from there, we decide we're going to take a tunnel system to the capital. So we take a tunnel. It's like a 4 to 7 day journey. And during it, we get attacked by a purple worm that comes through the side of the tunnel. There's a bit of a fight. Manages to poison Caselda. And then Grandma Hale stops T-posing and decides to actually address the problem when they get to the encampment.
You say fight.
I wasn't there, so all I heard was fight.
It was more of calmly screaming and running.
Calmly screaming, yes. As Granite likes to do, yeah.
More running, and more running. And
And
then
so,
debate about whether or not, Graddock tamely put down his horse with an arrow.
Yes. Whereas my horse was just eaten by a giant worm, so.
Right.
Because
win-win.
Graddock immediately sees that the horse can't, go up a 10-foot little ledge, that he should just kill the horse.
What? Yes, I wasn't there for that. So we get to the camp and we're looking around and we find some guys to heal the sort of healer, So we go up there and we're like, why do the creepy people always have to be the fucking healer? So we find the healer guy. We're talking to him for a moment, and he's like, oh yeah, she's totally gonna turn into a worm if she dies from the poison. Oh, that's fantastic. So then he says that the way they make a cure for it is to have one of the plates from the worm, the purple worm. And of course, he brings it obvious that if she turns into a purple worm, you can just feed her one of the plates. Yeah, boy. Yeah, I have to get back to you. So Grandma Hale then decides she's going to try to make an antidote, makes a handful. Doesn't really have much effect, so she basically just makes lesser restorations to keep her afloat while we travel the rest of the distance. And basically, we travel our way to the capital from there. Not a whole lot happens at that point. We just kind of keep Griselda up so she doesn't get annihilated by this poison. We get there, and eventually we get kind of taken through the capital really quickly by the princess, and she takes us to the keep area, where we're very quickly ushered in, and the king is super happy, of course, and says, hey, let's have a meal. And so they just have a meal, and we talk a lot about there's a lot of he's like, hey, asks us if we're part of this order, and we're like, no. Oh, that's fine. There's a lot of political bullshit you guys won't even understand. Okay. And so then he kind of goes on to talk about all kinds of stuff. He kind of goes on to talk about there's Obatu and stuff that are in a forest, and there's like a sinister forest, and there's all kinds of dwarves have died trying to go in there.
The
and
sinister forest.
So it was actually, since I wrote down,
I don't remember this part, but
yeah,
I feel it's lovely this time of year.
And goes on to say that basically there's a lot of bad stuff going on there, and everyone they send there to try to stop them, basically, if they get killed, they just rise up and join their army. So basically, every time they lose, they make them stronger. So it's kind of like a really bad spot. He's kind of wondering, hey, you guys look like you're kind of expendable. I mean, you guys look like you're pretty strong. So you guys want to go out there and try something? We'll think about it. And then he kind of goes around the table and asks us about our individual backstories and things. And we all kind of reveal a bit about each other. And that's pretty much where we left off, enjoying a good meal with the king and sort of talking about each other. And that is that.
That was a lot.
A lot happened.
Oh yeah, we did a lot last session.
Oh, I have to message you over Discord.
You Steam message me too if you want.
I'm not currently on Steam.
Just tell us what he gets, and we'll decide if we want it.
I will pickpocket.
Here's your Staff of the Magi.
Okay, I kill him.
Oh, that's awesome.
And 1 fate point. Okay, so we just went around the table. Cerilius has kind of told us a little bit about Turth. Criselda has told us a little bit about the dry area. Nasus has told us about hedges, I believe.
I told you a lot about what it's like being a bastard son.
With the bastard sword.
Yeah. Well, not anymore.
Not
but
anymore.
Once upon an army. This is how
Hmm.
yeah. Told you a lot about here, Gris. The city to the from here. Yeah, it's like northwest.
South of Turth, north of Farkin. Okay, so I believe that we left off with him asking Damien of his affiliation.
Yep, we did everyone but him.
How long have we been adventuring together for?
About 6 months in this group, I think. A little bit less than 6 months.
Okay. All right. I'll say Damien. He'll like sit up in his chair or whatever. You know, he looks very uncomfortable. And hold on 1 second. Let me pull up my backstory really quick.
I want to imagine your character at the table as she pulls up a bunch of notes. Who am I? That's a good question.
Is this your card?
Oh, he is.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes, there's a reference in there somewhere.
Okay. I guess he'll look very uncomfortable, and he'll be like, "I grew up in the Ayed Shore. Um, you know, I've seen a bunch of drow there. It's down south, so I'm pretty used to seeing a drow. But there's mainly humans. I don't know. It was strange. It's one of the only cities down there that is only humans. But yeah, I grew up on the streets there. Um, and yeah, it was one time I became homeless, and you know, after my family died, I decided to start adventuring, and that's what took me to Trifork.
And is this the truth?
Not at all.
Okay, give me a bluff check.
Ooh, +0. That's nice.
You're not a very good.
Don't get us kicked out of the dwarf court, please.
Oh, nice.
Are we allowed to
He
make
kind
sense
of
about it?
looks at. Yeah, go ahead.
I just believe Damien.
Anyone?
Seems legit.
Yeah, give me 1 sec.
Sense motive, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, you're in trouble.
I figured.
What?
You got this, really.
Ridiculous.
He kind of strokes his beard for a second as you finish your tale. It's like, and by any means, are there any extremities that you left off of this story?
Do I get the sense that he can see through me?
I mean, he probably wouldn't ask for more clarification. You kind of. Well,
He didn't
You're
ask
the-
any.
You're
He
the
didn't ask
only
anyone
one.
else for clarification.
Oh, okay. All right. Um, Oh, yeah. I guess here's the thing. I was a prince there, and my father was a douche. So I killed him and my entire family.
Oh my.
Stop eating my lamb leg and be like, why?
I'm kind of like, oh.
You notice the guards get a little nervous. The king seems fairly unfazed.
Well, it's not like they didn't deserve it. They did try killing every poor person in that town.
He's got a really creamy soup of potato, and he takes a bite and he's like, "Well, I would have to say that would recommend some kind. You may have went a little extreme there, lad, but I would say that in the end it was for the greater good."
That's what I keep trying to tell myself. Killer.
Okay, and then, well, I will tell you a story. For all intents and purposes, until we divulge this information ourselves, I believe that you should keep this secret. I, of a woman that is not of noble, or is of noble birth, but of not of the bloodline of my own. Grows up with her father and mother. They know of this, know of the transition. They support their king, but many years pass. You know, they would get kidnapped. As with every word, he kind of gestures away from himself. He says, "And why would one? Why would a noble be presented as a queen or a princess? You may ask. Well, what if I were to tell you that it was to keep the real heir safe? But as of the situation now, it seems that there's no longer within my realm of capabilities."
So
And
this princess isn't the real heir? Is that what you're saying?
yes. Now, if you remember, he set down a pot,
Hmm.
and the pot kind of starts to jiggle a bit, and he says, "Oh, one moment, I will finish in a moment." And the pot begins to wiggle a little bit, and he takes the metal handle and sticks it into the pot, so like almost like a stabilizer for a tomato plant, and up shoots through the this like um, this really beautiful dark wood with light highlights in it, and then a few spiders come out of out of the soil, and they're kind of wispy and almost ethereal, and it shoots through the guard, and the guard is suspended in air. And this whole process takes a minute of tending to and um, you know readjusting, and the spiders come down and they slowly weave this silken twine.
What?
Should we be burning things and killing right now?
I think he's making us a bow. I think it's probably
I
fine.
will turn my clothes into the beekeeper suit.
Okay.
I'm just gonna trust the
I'm
king
right
and sit here
Uh,
and observe.
Yeah, I'm good. I got Manasseh between me and him. But you give me 6
The-
seconds.
The bow, as it takes shape, looks like this.
Holy shit, he makes 8 of them?
No, that's just
Wow, nice.
I will take one.
Because clearly they all look a little different, so he makes like several.
Well, it's kind of a metamorphosis.
No.
deal.
There's this small moment where I had to double check to make sure the princess was actually in the room with us, because as soon as he mentioned she wasn't of the bloodline, I'm like, is her head in the pot? I was like, what's
Oh
the
my
dark
God.
twist here?
Yeah. I thought there was
Oh
gonna be
my
like a
God.
tiny miniature version of the princess who was in the
Turns
pot.
I
out
know, I
he's the
got,
one who
like,
actually
really-
runs the lumber people.
Yeah.
the
Oh
juicing
my
people.
god.
It all loops around.
See, at some point I heard you say it suspends the guard up in the air, and I thought he was like doing something to one of the actual guards in the room, and we're all just sitting there having dinner while he's stringing some guy up in front of him, and all these spiders are coming out. It's like, why are we just sitting here? Why aren't we doing something?
'Cause we're enjoying our dinner.
Don't be rude, dear. Let him kill his guard. It's his right.
All right, Grandma.
I think Damien's gonna have a problem with this.
So
You know, peasants have rights too, okay?
Well, the right
I
to be
don't
turned
know
into bows,
about
I
that,
guess.
Pack Dwarf.
he hears you say it, and he kind of looks unsettled for. And this bow was given to me by the elves that you speak of a long, long time ago, and I was always saving it for a special occasion. But I fail that there is no. He kind of like pulls the bow out of the pot, and it kind of shakes off the dirt off the edge of it. And it looks completely pristine, and you see that the spiders go into the actual bow part, the wooden part, and he says, "Well, I believe that there is no time better than to give it to my only heir." He'll walk it over and hand it to Greta and say, "It is very nice to finally meet you."
What the what?
Boo.
Dad? What's going on? I'm an orphan.
No, you were in hiding for various reasons, and he kind of motions over to the wants to be princess. You, as you have no doubt seen with your eyes, we have many enemies, and your safety was my number one priority, above being a parent in some ways.
Did I
What?
know this?
No, well, and he kind of. Well,
I was
Grandma
there.
Hale.
I was there 30 years longer, before he was there.
Yes,
Grandma
yes.
Hale forgets that she was protecting him.
Yeah.
I'm like,
the
I'm sorry. I was
yes.
saying, I'm like,
Uh,
wait a
Wait a
second.
I hired you long ago. It's been 80 years almost to make sure that the temple was safe and to keep guard over him.
Well, the temple's still there, I guess. Boy, we probably should have wrote that down.
I will say that you were inflictively told not to let him leave. I will say that.
Oh dear. Well, he stayed there for 40 years.
Yes, but that is actually 60. But yeah.
I thought he
don't
was
worry.
40. Is he? Are you 60?
I'm like 45.
Oh, okay. Never mind. So
Jeez.
Wait, did we try to set up Graddock with like his half
Absolutely.
sister? Or
not
sister?
half, like adopted sister, kind of. Yeah.
Oh, so
Nice.
it's still good. Okay.
Nice.
Not,
Graddock.
not
Literally.
Graddock. Nice.
Well, those beautiful beer genes must run in the family.
Oh my god. Oh, I'm real sorry about that. Well, I kept him safe at least. He's been fine.
Kept me safe. I've been carrying your stuff around for 40
No,
years.
It's you agreed to that.
Surely it's a bunch of training. That's all.
Exactly. Thank you. Yes, thank you, Dave.
Makes you
Oh,
strong.
real training. I don't know how to run a kingdom. All I need to know how to do is run water up some stairs.
It starts with
For
being
your
able to
bath.
carry weight on your shoulder. So we start with real weight.
That's
Like
right.
all of my things.
It's like a 100-year process. The first 40 years are
Exactly.
carrying weight. The next 60 years are diplomacy.
Thank you. See, they all get it. It's all here for you.
Damien will stand up and he'll just reach across the table, grab another steak, and put it on his plate and start eating it more.
I'll look at Graddock and I'll say to him, "Heavy is the head that wears the crown, Graddock. You gotta keep that up."
Yeah.
I'm just gonna grab the table in front of me and just kind of stare down into my food for a while.
Everything's changed.
Everyone else would notice that the king is just kind of watching this. As
Yeah,
as
the king's standing behind you.
with a really big smile. He has a really big smile.
So,
Well, it's good to see you all back together.
Um, Hail, I will. I have your payment, of course, for your services.
Oh,
You're gonna
yes.
pay her for
Of course.
forgetting about me?
Hey, I didn't
Is,
forget about. I've been with you every step of the way. I watched you grow up.
is this not something that you wish?
What, him or me?
No, she's been a good companion. It's not. None of this is what I would have expected.
Well, very, very well. So the original 25,000 gold was for rescuing the princess of keeping our secret safe, and he'll walk into the other room.
I turn around to the group and I go, surprise.
well,
Move forward.
How do we even know I'm the original dwarf she was sent to guard? She could have forgotten that too. I could be some random other dwarf.
Dude, head, stop, shut up.
hey, he just gave you a kingdom. Be cool.
Yeah, dude, chill.
Cool, chill.
Chill, be
Act
cool.
natural.
You can have any girl you want now. You can pick from all the girl beards. You're now like
No,
the new era.
no. I've been a peasant. I know how you people treat us.
What do you mean?
Now
you
I've got the
people?
power to stop
Wait,
it.
what do you mean,
Guards,
you
take them all.
Being
No,
you
I'm kidding.
people.
Guys,
I'm just an adventurer.
The king's coming back.
Oh,
We'll
is he
argue
here?
later.
While the king was gone, Damien's gonna lean forward and be like, I helped for like 6 months, so keep that in mind.
I've known you for 6
This
months.
lamb is delicious.
No, good. So, can I get a bluff check for that? By the way, just out of curiosity, Damien.
I thought you said we were together for like 6 months.
Oh, that's true. So he will he'll like right between the bread and the stew, he'll put down a sack of gold that is as large as the pot of stew.
Wonder who's gonna be carrying that.
Are you
So-
complaining about having to carry gold?
It's not
I
my gold.
thought you dwarves love shiny things.
He will open the bag and take another bag and like scoop it full, and he'll be like, "Here's 10,000 as we agreed," and hands it to Grandma Hay.
Thank you.
And then the remaining is 50,000 for a total of 75,000 gold. Do as you may, but I have a request. As he
Well-
sits back down.
You certainly have our attention.
Now you seek to unite all the kingdoms in some. What exactly is your goal in uniting all the kingdoms?
Well, to just be able to present strength and peace where the issues of the kingdom arise. Like as you said, there are issues in the east, but the land west of here is issuing an era of prosperity. If they could aid resources to your problem in the east, then perhaps when they have issues, you could aid them in the west as well. And that is sort of the goal that we had, as our kingdoms are varied from all over.
Now, this is where history comes to block our path towards this noble goal. See, once upon a time, there was a church, the Saturn Ray. I believe it was Saturn Ray. I'm not that religious.
I will
fellow myself.
I will grab my symbol and I'll hold it out and I say, did the symbol of the church look like this?
Kind of. It was before even my time.
I just didn't know if you knew the symbols. That's all.
Now, before this, and this is what made the peace negotiation drop previously, I believe, is the elves and the daughters fought over this temple like cats and dogs. There was a giant bell